This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, 6 o'clock, September 25th. Look who came in the door.
I just can't stay away.
Stephanie Roberts has joined us, folks.
I love pre-dawn news.
I know. You love it.
Actually, is my favorite time of day to work, believe it or not.
I get it.
Makes the commute better. Start everybody out on a fun note,
Yes.
even on a Monday morning.
That's true.
And not quite as hot as it will be. So we've got all sorts of positive things to say on a Monday morning. We're going to say good morning to meteorologist John Scalzi. And you know what? The heat doesn't seem to be going away in the afternoon, so at least we could enjoy 6 a.m.
No, but you know, I was looking at some of the long-range forecasts, and there is a cold front that's trying to work its way close to here in October.
I like that.
October, you can wait a couple of weeks, and you know, all goodness comes with those who wait, right?
That's
Good.
right.
Yeah.
We have Maria just off our coast right now. That's helping to draw down some drier air, and that's going to bring, of course, a lot of sunshine. And the sunshine is going to lead to some warmer temperatures. Yesterday, we had thunderstorms knock down the temperature to about 70 degrees, lickety-split. We're going to have a hard time finding a lot of that rainfall around over the next several days, actually. That drier air giving you a nice, clean commute this morning. Nothing on radar. It's absolutely weather-free across the Sun Coast. Look for a daytime high that tops out near 90, and we'll have maybe an isolated shower in well inland areas. But other than that, I don't see any rain in the next couple of days. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic right now. State Road 70, some problems there as usual between 301 and 75. Otherwise, all clear. Bee Ridge Road showing some issues in both directions, particularly in the westbound lanes around McIntosh and Beneva. And our South County map shows us nothing at 6:02 on your Monday morning.
Topping our news this hour, the collision of politics and sports. Large numbers of NFL players in every game responded to President Trump's attack on those who kneel in protest during the national anthem.
President Trump demanded players who protest be fired, even urging fans to boycott games until the protests stop. ABC's Lana Zach has the latest.
Oh, say, can you see?
In games across the country, players of the NFL linked arms or took a knee in protest of racial injustice. What started with Colin Kaepernick has now broadened as a response to President Trump and these comments.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired.
But the president's harsh words seem to do more to unite the NFL. In Nashville, the anthem blared over a nearly empty field, the Titans and the Seahawks staying in their locker rooms, while all but one of the Steelers, Alejandro Villanueva, an Army veteran, were absent during the anthem. Off the field, fans in Philadelphia clashed.
I hate you!
And even among Trump supporters in the NFL, there was backlash.
I agree with President Trump. I don't think they should be protesting.
They have the right to take a knee. They have the right to do whatever they want to do.
Patriots owner Bob Kraft is a well-known friend of President Trump's, even flying on Air Force One, donating $1 million to his inaugural committee. But now he says he's deeply disappointed by the tone of the comments. And Hall of Fame quarterback Terry Bradshaw says he disagrees with the protests, but stands behind protesters' rights.
If our country stands for anything, folks, what? It's freedom. People died for that freedom. I'm not sure if our president understands those rights.
And this is not just limited to football. Taking a knee is also extending now into Major League Baseball. And the president has now a feud with some of the biggest names in basketball as well. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
The new travel ban announced last night by President Trump will replace restrictions on travelers from 8 countries trying to come to the U.S. The new proposal now includes North Korea and Venezuela as well. Officials are stressing that valid visas will not be revoked. The timing is unique. The U.S. Supreme Court plans to review the overall order, which is set to take place early next month.
Meanwhile, a massive rally was held in North Korea over the weekend. Thousands went to Kim Il-sung Square to show their support for Kim Jong-un's government. In recent days, a war of words, which started at the UN, is threatening to become a real war between the U.S. and North Korea. North Korea's foreign minister said Saturday insults like Trump's recent little rocket man could force his country to attack. But Twitter is not the only weapon in Trump's arsenal. The U.S. flew bombers and fighter jets to the east of North Korea Saturday. The Pentagon says it was a message saying nuclear and missile tests will not be tolerated.
New this morning, Angela Merkel has won a fourth term as German chancellor, but with her party's lead in parliament cut and the country facing a surge in support for the far right. Addressing her supporters, a subdued Merkel said, "We could have imagined a better result, but we see the joint responsibility for the country and for the future." German voters delivered a stinging blow to the traditional parties. Exit polls predict the far-right Alternative for Germany, AfD, will now be the third largest party in the national parliament. Merkel pledged to try and understand the concerns of voters who lent their support to the AfD.
Happening today, will it be prison or probation? Former Congressman Anthony Weiner is set to be sentenced for lewd sexual conduct with a 15-year-old girl. Prosecutors are asking for over 2 years of prison time. Weiner admitted to sending graphic photos and having obscene video chats with the teen. Weiner's attorneys maintain the former New York mayoral candidate is not a sexual predator, but rather a sick man who has made stunning progress through counseling, and they are asking for probation. D.C. police say a man is behind bars after he was found with a car full of weapons near the White House Sunday morning. Officers found 9 guns, 3 knives, brass knuckles, suppressors, and a lot of ammunition. The man told Secret Service that he was going to the White House to speak with Defense Secretary James Mattis and National Security Agency Director Mike Rogers. He said he wanted, quote, advice on missing paychecks and how to get the chip out of my head. The man was later taken to a facility for mental observation where he's facing several weapons charges.
We are learning new details this morning about the suspect involved in a fatal church shooting in Tennessee yesterday. 1 woman is dead, 6 others are injured. Police say an Emmanuel Sampson gunned down 39-year-old Melanie Smith in the parking lot of this Tennessee church. From there, they say he went inside with 2 pistols and shot 6 other victims who are in the hospital this morning. Police said the gunman also pistol whipped another parishioner who tried to fight back.
Upon seeing the gunman doing this action inside the church, ran up and confronted him. He was pistol whipped by the gunman. This particular church member has a handgun carry permit. He went to his vehicle, got his gun, came back inside, and according to him, it was then that the gunman shot himself. It is our belief that the gunman's condition is not life-threatening.
The suspect has since been released from the hospital and is charged with murder and attempted murder. He is being held without bond.
An update on last week's 7.1 earthquake in Mexico. The death toll has now risen to over 300 people. Officials say search and rescue efforts could continue for at least 2 more weeks. On Sunday, rescuers discovered the body of a woman trapped inside the rubble of a collapsed elementary school, which killed 25 people. Several aftershocks have rattled Mexico over the past few days, including a 5.7 magnitude tremor off the southern coast Sunday. Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands are still reeling from Hurricane Maria, the Category 4 storm that went over those islands last week.
But as Leila Santiago tells us, communication is scarce in Maria's aftermath.
From above, the images tell the story of Maria's destruction. But on the ground, the faces tell the story of its desperation, as many on this island of 3.5 million people struggle to reach their loved ones.
This is the only place where we could get signal.
On this highway overpass, dozens pull over, hoping that this spot is the one to reunite family, if only by voice. Jose Flores drove for hours to get here, to get to cell service, to get to tell his daughter in Florida one thing.
So she'll let my family know that we're fine.
For others, borrowed satellite phones are their last hope.
People are trying anything they can to reach out. This note, handwritten, was passed along to our photographer in hopes that it would reach a loved one. It says, among other things, Tony, okay, Tony at Frank's house, and love you all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Later that day, we were able to get a call out to his girlfriend in New York.
So it was just such a relief. Neither I nor his family has really slept all week just worrying about it.
An FCC report found 96% of cell towers in Puerto Rico are not working. The government here says it's trying to figure out which towers need generators and fuel to start working again. A small sign of hope on this island with so much to rebuild. For many here, the first chance to talk is the first step to recovery. Leila Santiago, San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Meantime, victims of recent hurricanes may soon get a tax break. A bill proposed last week would ease requirements for deducting individual property losses and allow people to draw on their retirement funds without penalty. The plan is expected to be properly introduced later today on Capitol Hill, and it also has the support of Congressman Vern Buchanan, who calls it a positive first step on the road to recovery. He said that immediate tax relief is crucial to help Floridians rebuild and get back on their feet.
Well, your fall harvest and Christmas decorations may look a little sparse this year thanks to Hurricane Irma. The storm hit at a crucial time as growers typically begin harvesting and shipping ferns and Christmas greens used in foliage, bouquets, garlands, wreaths, and other displays for the holidays. Volusia County's ornamental foliage industry is known worldwide and typically generates $70 to $80 million a year. Irma damaged 90% of the fall crop, and that's a loss of over $9 million. I had no idea that Volusia County. That's amazing.
I knew we had oranges going for us, but not foliage.
Right. Well, it just shows you the impact on agriculture, really nationwide, that these storms can have.
I wonder if they grow. Is it poinsettias or poinsettias?
Poinsettias.
That's a separate issue.
How do you pronounce it?
I'm a seta.
I'm not sure. You're a seta?
Yeah.
I'm a setia.
All right.
I like the extra syllable.
Poinsettia.
And I don't know where those grow natively, but we can look.
Yes.
Whatever comes out of my mouth that time.
We have some dry weather in the forecast. I know a lot of people are still cleaning up yard debris, and it should be pretty nice for the next couple of days to accomplish that. We'll talk about it in a second.
Also still ahead, first alert traffic, and the World Rowing Championships are now underway.
What a great event for the Suncoast. We'll tell you more about how it's bringing in spectators from around the world when we come back.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
It's Willamania at the Players Center as the Will Rogers Follies takes the stage September 27th. Part homespun humor and part Ziegfeld Follies, this toe-tapping Tony Award musical is the start of our wild Broadway series. So call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You need to catch Willamania.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
The temperature is 72 degrees. We have an east wind blowing, northeast wind, and we have a kind of a mix of fair weather clouds and clear sky. 77 in Wauchula, 76 in Arcadia, 77 in Northport, Boca Grande at 79, 77 in Venice, and 72 degrees in Bradenton. A little bit of showery activity back to the west in the open plains, and then closer to home, we have a big ridge of high pressure that extends from the deep south all the way up to the northeast, providing fair weather but warm weather, especially in the northeast. Few scattered showers have been around in Gulf waters overnight, part of this low pressure area that continues to spin around, lifting north. It will open up and just basically dissolve away. That leaves us with the high pressure ridge that's expansive and sprawling from northeast to deep south. Plus, out in the Atlantic, we have Maria. Those two factors are going to enter into our forecast over the next several days. Here's how. Clear skies across the region right now. That'll be the case for the next couple of days because the winds around that high are going to direct our winds out of the north. And they'll be kind of sustained out of the north due to the location of Maria as well. So the combination of those two factors funneling in this north wind ensure us that dry air from the north is pushed down through the Florida Peninsula, really just cutting off the rain machine across the state, leading us to some dry weather for the next several days. So not as many storms, warm afternoons, and mostly sunny skies. You can see the dry air in terms of the water vapor imagery here. This dry air is tan in color. Well, it's colorized tan by the satellites to make it easy to see, and you can note that it's all across the state of Florida. The RPM computer model forecast put into motion shows at most, just a few scattered storms in inland areas, and that's it for the next several days. Dry conditions will remain. So we've got two storms that we continue to watch, Lee and Maria. You remember Lee? Lee kind of lasted about a day, fizzled out, tried to come back, didn't do it. Now it is back, and Lee is going to bother no one. It's going to be a fish storm. Maria, on the other hand, that will continue to lift north, and as it does so, bring some gusty winds as well as some heavy surf to parts of the Outer Banks, but then eventually curve back out into the open waters before making a landfall in the United States. And then by Thursday, we'll watch Lee start to move back out into open waters as well. So two fish storms, but one a little closer, giving some squally weather to parts of the Outer Banks. But they're used to that sort of thing, so it won't be any worse than a nor'easter that comes up frequently for them. Look for a 10-knot wind today, decreasing in the afternoon to about 5 knots out of the west. It'll be a nice boating day. You'll look for a light chop with 2-foot seas. And the official Suncoast forecast will call for daytime highs near 90 with about a 20% chance of showers starting on Thursday. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, John. Checking out the roadways this morning, things off to a pretty quiet start across Manatee County. We do have a building volume north and southbound in 301, normal for this time of morning. As we head to the south, we also have building volume on 41 and near downtown. But things looking pretty good on the expressways. I-75 reported delay-free for the most part through South County, but we did hear some reports of some problems at I-75 at Sumter. So if that is the direction you're headed, you will want to keep an eye on that. It is coming up on 6:20, and the 2017 World Rowing Championships have raced into the spotlight here on the Suncoast.
Yeah, the races are now underway, and as expected, the people are here from all over the world. Our Sammy Chido has a report.
Thousands of spectators from all walks of life are predicted to attend the World Rowing Championship. These two rowing fanatics from Norway have been following their country's team all over the world since 1982.
European Championships all over. We travel at least once a year.
Something they always pack in their bag, this blanket, covered in memories from different rowing events all over the globe.
Angel from Cuba, this rowing.
We met them. Yes, we have the autographs and photos.
From Norway to the United Kingdom, John Pilgrim Morris and his wife live in a town outside of London. John used to coach for the Great Britain team. Now retired, they travel to support their country.
And we've done that since Athens Olympics. I think we've missed 2 World Cups, but we've been to every Olympics since.
Among the crowd, proud parents. Greg Wilson's first time to Florida, traveling over 8,000 miles to watch his son row.
I'm from New Zealand, from Wellington in New Zealand. I came over to watch my son who's in the New Zealand team. He's the traveling reserve. Florida's awesome. It's just, what a beautiful place. Very flat. There's no hills. I'm not used to that.
From the hills of New Zealand to back here on the Suncoast, locals coming out to watch the rowing, and for some, this is their first time witnessing such an event.
This is phenomenal, and how the fans get into it. It's just, it's a lot of fun. I would highly suggest getting out here, enjoying the venue, the people, and again, it truly is amazing having this in our backyard.
When you come out to see the World Rowing Championships, make sure to say hi to your neighbor. It might take you by surprise knowing how far they traveled to see the sport. Reporting in Sarasota, Sammy Chido, your Suncoast News.
And if you want to stay up to date on races and schedules, you can go to mysuncoast.com. We'll have links on race times, local vendors, special appearances, and directions as to where to park. I was out there yesterday, and boy, parking is about a mile away, it feels like. It's a hike.
But there is a shuttle. I have read that.
I didn't see that, but
it is there.
Yeah,
Yep.
but it's a great event. They've done so much with that venue. Wow.
Good. I'm excited to go out there as the week goes on. And then when you look online, every day has like a different theme. There's a Military Appreciation Day. There's a Local Vendors Day. So, yeah, just some good stuff going on. Nice to have that here.
I should qualify. It's not a mile. It seems like it when you're a little hot.
Get the exercise going, Ray.
That's true. 6:22 right now. Up next, Good Morning Suncoast, a virtual look at teenagers' driving habits.
We'll tell you how new technology is helping keep teens safer on the roads when we come back.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now, lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $239 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
40 million. That's the number of free phones still available and the number of how many Americans can still get prescriptions free.
Free could be wonderful. That's why I'm still working at 77 years old to pay off my prescriptions.
I needed to have a prescription filled and I had to leave because I couldn't afford it.
Call now and see what's available for you. Free prescriptions. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and the program has expanded so another 40 million can. Free dental. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. 40 million free cell phones are still available with free minutes and more.
Free cell phone would change my life right now because it is something I cannot afford to get.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and diabetic supplies may be covered too. The free RX Plus hotline has saved callers over $12 million on their prescription costs. These free programs are now available to 40 million more people. Call now.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On Group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these other injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On Group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-604-1698. That's 800-604-1698.
I'd like to thank our friend Norm Schimmel for some pictures from the World Rowing Championship. That was on Sunday, yesterday, at the finish line there. Nice event. We had some sprinkles late morning, otherwise a nice day out there at Benderson Park.
And looks like we're going to stay dry for the next couple of days. Remember, if you have any pictures or video that you can share with us, we'd love to see them here on the show. Connect with us on Facebook, and also you can keep up to date on what we're doing here on Good Morning Suncoast.
If you go to my page, you'll see the bird that flew the coop during the noon show on Sunday.
Oh, I heard about that
Friday,
on Friday. Yes, I was in the newsroom and everybody was yelling and screaming about the bird flying around the studio.
Came right toward my head. I was on the air at the time.
You never know what's going to happen on live TV. It is 6:26, and new technology is helping put parents at ease when teens are behind the wheel.
ABC's David Curley has our story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a teen driver, radio on, distracted by her phone, then this. None of the teens in these incidents provided by the AAA died, but today 4 teens will die in crashes. Could technology cut those statistics? General Motors and Ford now offering teen driving options in vehicles. The technology provides a report card, hard braking, excessive speed, tailgating, all recorded. Not only limits for the car, but where the teen travels to as well.
Family Link is going to text you when they arrive at work, when they arrive at home, or at their friend's house. And this is all virtual, but it's peace of mind for the parent.
And coming up at 7, we'll tell you how this new technology can protect your teen on the road. With your GMA First Look, I'm David Curley, ABC News, Washington.
Sarah is a 5th grade teacher. When it comes to molding young minds, nobody does it better. She also builds her own fighting robots. Destroy. But when it comes to mortgages, she's less confident. Fortunately for Sarah, there's Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. It's simple, so she can understand the details and be sure she's getting the right mortgage. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently.
Here's what I want for Cassie's food. Wholesome ingredients, real meat first, no chicken or poultry byproduct meals, no corn or wheat or soy. Add it all up and there's only one choice for me. Wholesome and healthy Blue Buffalo.
When food is good and clean and real, it's okay to crave. And with Panera Catering, there's more to go around. Panera, food as it should be.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
We asked our customers, why is Consumer Cellular your choice in wireless?
Consumer Cellular helps me save money.
It's simple and easy.
It is reliable.
I like the fact that there are no contracts.
By moving to Consumer Cellular, my cost is 50% less than it was.
They fit the plan to you.
I have everything I want with Consumer Cellular.
Their customer service is fabulous.
Customers are the #1 priority.
I really feel like they take care of me.
We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row.
We really appreciate the AARP discount.
AARP members get exclusive discounts.
It's easy to switch. You could use your own phone and you could use your own number.
Wild horses wouldn't drag me away from Consumer Cellular.
Go with Consumer Cellular.
You're going to save a lot of money.
Switch today. It's all backed by a 30-day risk-free guarantee. Call 1-800-368-8758. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Coming up in Good Morning Suncoast, a live wire kills a tree cutter on Siesta Key, knocking out electricity to the area.
Plus, a former Sarasota County deputy goes to court today. We'll preview jury selection in the case against Frank Bybee.
And remembering Snooty, we'll tell you how the South Florida Museum honored the iconic manatee over the weekend. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And we start this half hour with a live picture of the judicial complex on Ring Lane, site of the Frank Bybee jury selection, the former Sarasota County deputy. Lots of folks are watching this one.
Absolutely, and we will continue to bring you updates as that gets underway this week. But first, we're off to a nice start on a Monday morning. Welcome back. I'm Stephanie Roberts.
And I'm Ray Collins. John Scalzi is back in place after taking some time off for a sore back post-Irma, all the branches he had to pick up.
You're probably not the only one. We're glad your back is feeling better, and hopefully the yard cleanup is done as well.
Chiropractors across the area are buying new boats. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Yeah, we have Maria off our coast right now, funneling down some drier air, reducing our rain chances over the next several days. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of rain, probably for about 3 days now. We have a nice north wind coming our way, and radar echoes are pretty quiet this morning. Well, of course, without the cloud cover and rain showers, we'll have to pay the price in terms of heat, so our daytime high temperatures will be warm over the next several days without any afternoon relief. Look for about a 90 for a daytime high today, and the rain chance, 10% or less. Complete forecast in a minute.
All right, thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic now. 301 showing some extra buildup there southbound over State Road 70. Farther south into Sarasota, some extra buildup there. 41 southbound from the Bayfront all the way through the apex to 301 south toward Bay of Vista. Otherwise, pretty good in mid-Sarasota County. South County, few spotty delays on US 41, 633 right now on your Monday morning.
And topping our news this morning, a live wire killed a landscape worker Sunday afternoon on Siesta Key.
They say it happened around 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon on Freeling Drive near the Siesta Key North Bridge. And Sarasota County emergency workers say the worker died at the scene. The victim was working in a bucket and could not be reached until FPL could shut off the electrical grid. Sarasota police were on the scene for several hours. Freeling Drive was closed to homeowners until about 6 p.m., and some homes are still without power this morning. We'll have updates on the story as it develops right here on ABC 7. New this morning, FHP looking for the driver involved in a hit-and-run accident last night in Bradenton. A car was heading south on 12th Street East when their left mirror struck the head of a pedestrian. That pedestrian was later taken to Blake Medical Center in critical condition. The car kept on going, and FHP is hoping a witness can now come forward.
Happening today, a former Sarasota County Sheriff's deputy accused of attempted murder is due back in court. Jury selection is set to begin in the case against Frank Bybee. He is facing 20 felony charges for allegedly befriending an elderly woman, then stealing her money and trying to kill her, all while making it look like suicide. Bybee's defense claims the woman has a history of mental health issues, including emails where she threatened to kill herself. Bybee is pleading not guilty. Well, a busy day at the South Florida Museum yesterday as they hosted an open house memorial for the late Snooty the manatee.
As our Adam Cellini tells us, hundreds came out to pay their final respects.
He was always upbeat and just happy, and it was always something that brought everybody, happiness.
And it's been a much more solemn day than when we've been here in the past.
A blend of sorrow and reverence at the South Florida Museum Sunday, where an official memorial was finally held for their most famous resident.
Snooty's been a part of this community here in Bradenton, the whole Bay Area, Florida, for so long. It's like losing a family member.
69-year-old Snooty died tragically in July, drowning in his tank the night after another record-setting birthday party. An internal review revealed the door to an access tunnel in his tank was loose, but it was never properly reported or repaired until it fell off and trapped Snooty inside. The museum focusing Sunday on his legacy.
He really taught us a lot about how long manatees can live, what their conditions need to be in order to have a long, healthy life.
Visitors came and watched Randall, Gail, and Baca swim in the since-repaired tank and shared memories about its former host.
As we learn more about manatees, it was really interesting to come back and see what he's always doing and how they train, and watching him eat. That's just like fun beyond fun.
The museum has since accepted responsibility for Snooty's death, and one of the directors no longer works there. The public thankful for an opportunity to say their final goodbyes to the beloved sea cow.
I love you, Snooty, and you're the best I've ever seen.
Adam Cellini, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
And Bradenton's Hunsader Farms showing their love for Snooty, revealing the newest design for this year's Pumpkin Festival corn maze. Look at that, the path design in the shape of a manatee with Snooty in the top right corner, 1948-2017 cut into the corn. Hunsader's Pumpkin Festival kicks off next month, October 14th, and runs every Saturday and Sunday through the 29th. Hunsader Farms is located on County Road 675 in Bradenton.
Sarasota and Manatee counties are trying to ease traffic in the University Town Center area by offering reduced prices on local bus passes. A week-long pass will be offered for only $20 per person, and those 65 years and older can purchase a week-long pass for only $10. The passes can be bought at the following locations: the downtown Sarasota Transfer Station, the SCAT Transit Administration offices, and at the Cattleman Road Station on North Cattleman Road. Daily passes can also be purchased, but only on board the buses, and remember, they are cash only.
Wildlife experts gave a crash course to interested residents over the weekend in Venice. The Wildlife Center there held a rescue training class teaching people how to properly care for injured animals. Volunteers even used a young girl as a prop, that's good video right there, to show how to accurately snare a bird. The goal: to recruit more volunteers to help protect, rescue, and rehabilitate wildlife in the Sarasota area. If you want to learn more as well, there are some future free training classes. Visit the Wildlife Center of Venice at wildlifecenterofvenice.org. In Manatee County, 9 local fishermen donated their time and boats to a special fishing trip. For the 5th year, the Bradenton Elks Lodge organized some morning fishing for 32 local veterans, one of the biggest turnouts they've had in the past 5 years. The group left from Sneed Island Marina near Palmetto and caught everything from snook to redfish to trout.
I absolutely love this event. I mean, I think it's just the coolest thing. Every time this event's coming up, I can't wait to do it. The guys are all appreciative. They love it. They're out on the water, and it always seems like we've had a good time.
The Elks Lodge say they receive grants from the National Foundation to put on events like these for local veterans.
And a massive cleanup effort to get Manatee County's beaches, reefs, and shorelines back in shape is taking place. Suncoast Aqua Ventures and the Bradenton Yacht Club are hosting the cleanup, and they give it a little bit of a unique spin, dividing volunteers into teams and giving them prizes for the most unique finds and the largest amount of trash picked up. The teams help remove thousands of pounds of trash from our Suncoast waterways.
Our biggest asset is our water, and if it's trashed,
and there's so much depends on our waterways. We want to clean it up. That includes under the water and the shoreline. So we started Suncoast Aqua Ventures and structured it like a competitive fishing tournament, so we pay out prizes for people to collect trash.
Their most unique find of the day, a weather buoy from Ruskin. The team says they plan to bring that buoy back to its rightful owner.
The city of Venice continues to celebrate its 90th birthday with a beach party this past weekend. Dozens kicked off their flip-flops to enjoy live music and food from dozens of local businesses. Many celebrated another year in the city that they love, while others celebrated a more immediate victory.
It looks terrific. I can't wait to get out there on the sand. And, you know, I survived Irma, so that's a good reason to be down here celebrating with everyone.
Venice has been a city since 1927, since John Scalzi first got in weather.
Oh, wow.
Feels that way some mornings.
Especially on a Monday.
That's right.
There's no better place to celebrate a birthday party than when you're beachfront like that. I mean, that was gorgeous.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, one of the first planned communities in America, too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard that before. And the downtown, to me, just has that quintessential, homey, you know,
It does.
kind of
Great
where
walking.
I grew up in the Midwest kind of feel, you know, so it's nice to have that down here in Florida.
It feels great to walk, too. It's nice, a good walking city, walking friendly. We have some dry weather shaping up for the next couple of days. Nice to get out and about and do a little walking. We'll talk about that forecast in a sec.
All right, sounds good. And still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in traffic, of course, plus a shortage in new antibiotics being made to fight bacterial infections.
We'll tell you what the World Health Organization is doing about that after this.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Celebrate the end of summer with big savings during the Jeep Celebration event. Going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Or save big on a new sleek and stylish Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Drive off today for your next great adventure in a brand new Jeep Renegade for as low as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms, and if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars. Call Tax 10,000 at 800-817-1064.
Watch Your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
72-degree air temperature, dew point the same, 100% relative humidity. May see a little haze in the atmosphere out there right now. That is the amount of moisture that's in the atmosphere, and that'll be with us throughout a lot of the morning, but by afternoon, I think you'll certainly notice a slight reduction in our humidity, sticky factor over the next several days. 77 in Wauchula, Arcadia, 75 in Mayaca, 77 in Northport and Punta Gorda. Along the coastline, just slightly cooler with 71 degrees in Bradenton, Sarasota, 72, 77 degrees in Venice. So back to the west, we have a trough of low pressure that's producing a lot of rain showers. We'll be watching that trough of low pressure advance toward the east. It's a kind of an important one, as it may eventually take Maria and kick it out into the open waters of the Atlantic. In fact, the confidence in that is pretty high. High pressure sprawls from New England all the way down through the Ohio Valley into the deep south and helps produce some pretty nice weather, but some warm weather for especially parts of the Northeast right now. That will be replaced as the cold air associated with those showers in the plain states begins to advance toward the east and brings them a shot of cooler weather. There's that area of low pressure continuing to spin around, helping to produce a few extra showers around here yesterday. That's lifting northward now, and its effect on our weather has pretty much come to an end. Our area sees high pressure, drier air, and less rain chance over the next several days. In fact, it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice couple of days stretch as we have high pressure to the north, kind of directing our winds generally out of the northeast over the last 24 hours or so. But then as Maria starts to lift northward and high pressure sink a little further southward, we'll watch those winds shift pretty much directly out of the north across our region. And that will help to draw down that drier air and make it feel very comfortable, I think, but warm over the next several days. So not as many storms around, warm afternoons, and mostly sunny skies. That'll probably be with us for at least the next couple of days anyway. So there's Maria. You can see all the moisture wrapping around the storm. The good news is the dirty side, the stronger wind side, the more severe weather side is located out in the Atlantic, whereas the part of the storm that'll skirt the coastline of North Carolina is a much weaker system, much weaker side. So that's good news. The drier air indicated here by tan is just encompassing the entire state of Florida, and watch what it does to the amount of rain we get. I mean, it basically just cuts off the rain machine completely. So two storms that we are watching in the tropical Atlantic right now, Lee and Maria. Lee, of course, was a storm, then wasn't a storm, now it is a storm. And Lee is no threat to anyone. It's a fish storm that moves back out into open waters. Maria gets close to the outer banks of North Carolina, but then by Thursday starts to move back out into the open waters where it bothers no one. So they'll get some rough surf, they'll get some beach erosion, they'll get some sloshing waves, but they're kind of used to that living out in the outer banks. East wind coming in at about 10 decreases to a west wind at about 5 this evening, and we'll look for several dry days, warm days, followed by a little bit better rain chances as we head into the weekend. Back to you.
All right, looks good, John. Thank you. Taking a look at First Alert traffic, things moving pretty well this morning. Typical backup starting over the bridges in Bradenton, I-75 moving well, Manatee County. 301 southbound's bogging down a bit. Sarasota's quiet. Fruitville, Bee Ridge, Clark Roads all looking just fine. And we do not have any reported problems in South County. In this hour's Health Smart, drug-resistant infections are becoming a growing danger around the world, with about 2 million Americans becoming infected every year by bacteria that has some level of resistance to antibiotics. As Kim Hutcherson reports, the World Health Organization says there are not enough new antibiotics being made to combat this threat.
A report from the World Health Organization says there aren't enough new antibiotics being created to fight infections that are resistant to multiple drugs. Some commonly used antibiotics become less effective or ineffective over time, making treatment more difficult and more expensive. The report says that as of May, just 51 new antibiotics were in development. Only 33 of those target priority pathogens, the bacteria that pose the greatest threat to human health. And of those 33 potential medicines, only 8 are really new. The rest are simple modifications to existing drugs. The WHO report also says that because the development process is very slow, it's likely drug resistance will develop more quickly than new drugs are approved. The World Health Organization has set up a partnership to address the problem. It's also working to improve infection control and developing guidance for healthcare professionals on the responsible use of antibiotics. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Entertainment news now. Super Spies beat out Scary Clowns at the box office this weekend. The horror film It got dethroned by The Kingsman sequel, The Golden Circle, in its weekend debut. The action-packed film brought in $39 million nationwide, while the recently crowned highest-grossing horror film ever raked in only $30 million. Coming in number 3 was the Lego Ninjago movie, which made its debut with a relatively healthy $21 million. Demi Lovato, working to help children in war-torn regions. The singer was named a Global Citizen Ambassador to champion the mental health of young people scarred in places like Iraq. Now, Lovato has been quite candid about her own struggles with mental health issues. She'll help fund an arts-related program through Save the Children. Tom Hanks will star in a remake of the Swedish film called A Man Called Ove. It's about an elderly grump convinced he has nothing to look forward to in life. The original was nominated for 2 Oscars this year, and the novel on which it's based was a New York Times bestseller for 77 straight weeks. That's a fast turnaround for a remake. It is. Up for an Oscar this year.
But if it was in Swedish,
oh, yeah,
you know, they're going to bring it here. I just looked it up on Amazon. I cannot wait to read the book.
Really?
Yeah, well, it just looks interesting, and that's not something I had heard of. So,
yeah.
We'll let you know.
10 to 7 right now. Up next, your day's top local news headlines, and a Massachusetts library gets a book return that nobody saw coming.
We'll tell you how this book made it back to the shelves after being long overdue when we come back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599, 800-570-7599.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Jury selection starts today in a big trial. A lot of folks are watching. Former sheriff deputy going on trial for attempted murder and 19 other felony charges.
Absolutely. We will continue to have you updated on that as we go throughout the day and the week as it will continue to unfold. It is 6:54, and here are some of the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today.
A live wire electrocuted a landscaper on Siesta Key Sunday afternoon. The fatal incident also caused a neighborhood near the North Bridge to lose power.
Plus, former Sarasota County Sheriff Deputy Frank Bybee heads to court today for jury selection. He's facing 20 felony charges, including attempted murder. He will plead not guilty.
And it's day 2 of the World Rowing Competition in Sarasota County. The weekend events included tens of thousands of fans and a few raindrops as well.
And looking at First Alert traffic this morning, we're not seeing raindrops on the roads right now. No problems. A little bit of a backup in the Palmetto bridges. Other than that, things moving well. Expressways and 41. No big delays in Sarasota, and things looking good into South County. John?
We're looking at a nice day today, dry day. In fact, the next couple of days will be dry as Hurricane Maria, moving up the coast of the United States out into the open waters of the Atlantic, draws down drier air for us.
And finally, John, a library book overdue more than 78 years is back home. Massachusetts library workers say the book The Young Lady at Home by T.S. Arthur was due back in 1938 in November, but a man cleaning a friend's basement found the book along with a due date card, so he returned it, and librarians dropped the late fee. Based on the library's current overdue policy of a 10-cent daily fine, the penalty for returning the book more than 78 years late would be about $2,800. I'm glad they waived that.
I guess so. I've replaced a few books that were overdue past their time, but not at $2,800.
Wow.
That would be a new record.
I love what you just did. I read the story about Tom Hanks in a new movie, and the book was very... Stephanie ordered it online immediately.
Shh, on a commercial break, though, I promise. Gotta do it. I'm excited to read it.
What was the book?
A Man Called Uwe.
Okay.
We'll find out about it. I'll tell you. All right. Have a great day Monday, and enjoy your week.